Alright, let's get started then. The Lidl protein products official tier list. I've gone through and scanned every single product that they have that has protein labelled on them. At least what my local Lidl has anyway. I'm sure there's some other Lidls out there that have got some other niche protein products. I have the Yuka rankings for each of the protein products. So I'm going to be basing a lot of my ratings on these rankings. They are ranked out of 100. So this takes into account the different additives, the amount of protein, energy, so calories, the saturates in there, the sugar, the salt. It's actually a very insightful app because we get to know what's a carcinogenic and what's not, and what's linked to diabetes and breast cancer, so it's quite useful. I won't be going super in depth on each product, but we'll be just going off the this kind of page that we have here on screen. God tier natural skyr yogurt. I mean, you're getting 49 grams of protein in there, and because it doesn't have any flavorings in there, it's not like a strawberry or a raspberry flavor, which means there is no carcinogenics in there basically. And as you can see there, it's ranked 90 out of 100, which is pretty impressive. And 49 grams of protein, you can't really go wrong. You got the high protein mango and peach shot. I mean, that's death. That is basically death or no gains. I don't think I've got a picture of it here. I'm just going to group all the protein shakes into one. It's the same type of protein shake that they all make, and they're all very bad for you. They pretty much all score 0 out of 100 from Lidl. This one's a high protein mango and peach shot. I mean, who do they think they are doing a shot of protein? It's not an alcoholic drink. You're not getting 40% alcohol out of it. You're just getting less protein. You never know when someone might need to just get a quick shot of protein in. But I just think it's ridiculous. You're obviously just getting a lot less protein in there. So I would put that down to death or no gains, to be honest. 0 out of 100. Right, the high protein tiramisu. 49 out of 100, right? So on paper, it doesn't look too bad. High protein, decent. I mean, you're only getting 10 grams in there, but it's a dessert, so you know you can't be too harsh on it. But it does have some serious additives in there, which can generally be along the lines of DNA damaging, carcinogenic, linked to diabetes, breast cancer. I don't know exactly for this product because we're not going super in depth, but you know, I wouldn't say it's dirty. It's not high in calories, but it's with the additives that it's got in there. That's the only thing putting it below 50 and keeping it poor, is the fact that it does have those dangerous additives. So, you know, I'd probably have to go for terminal. And I'm probably just gonna group the cheesecake in the same one. We'll come back to that later though, if it pops up. Right, so this is an important one. I've done a video on this yogurt before, the raspberry style or raspberry flavoured skyr yogurt. It's because of the additives. We've got 7 additives in there. Like, yeah, it's great for protein, you're getting 40 grams and whatever, but the additives are just really not good for you. So it's not dirty because it's not high in sugar. You know, you're not going to be packing on fat or spiking your insulin with this yogurt, but you know, it's got those additives in there, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to group that as terminal. High protein New York cheesecake. All right, 51 out of 100, so we've broke that poor barrier and we're in the good section, but we're at the bottom tier of good. You know, good across the board, only 11 grams of protein, not the best, and we've got some additives in there, but they're not bordering on red, they're orange additives, so they're not super dangerous. I'm just gonna have to put it in dirty because I can't put it in healthy. It's not healthy. Oh, okay, we've done that. All right, so back on the cheesecake, yeah, 40 out of 100, 8 additives in there. It's quite a lot. Probably it's not too dissimilar from the other cheesecake. I mean, a little bit worse. I'm just going to keep them where they are for now. The high protein coconut flavoured milk product. Right, okay, so it's not a yogurt, it's a milk product. 20 grams of protein, 49 out of 100, 3 additives, some of which seem like serious serious ones, so I'm going to have to put that in terminal. God, I just feel like they're all going to be terminal because they've all got these really carcinogenic type additives in there. High protein milkeries? I don't know what that is. 15 grams of protein, 49 out of 100. Is that like the protein? Is that the like the rice pudding? I don't know. We got 2 serious additives in there, so again, terminal. Again, we got a different flavour rice pudding here. 49 out of 100. Again, terminal. They once had the rice puddings on discount. I think they're going for like 20p each, and I went and bought like 5 or 6 of them, and I think I had about 4 of them in one go, and my stomach was just gone, absolutely gone after that. The high protein natural kefir, right, 23 grams of protein in, you know, not the biggest bottle ever. We've got a rating of 100 out of 100 for that one. 0 additives, fully organic, high in protein, low in calories, low in sugar, salt, saturates, so that is a god tier. Obviously not the same amount of protein that we're getting from the skyr, but we do have the added benefit of it being kefir, so we've got that good bacteria in there, presumably. The high protein drink strawberry flavour, alright, yeah, that's 0 out of 100, lots of additives, lots of calories, a bit too much sugar. We'll put that in death. That is death. Wait for the computer to load. High protein coffee drink, alright, 9 out of 100. We've got 4 additives in there, some of which are in the red, which means, you know, some of them might be carcinogenic or linked to some kind of disease or illness. Yeah, that's 9 out of 100. It's not 0. I think that might just have to go in death, to be honest. Yeah, we'll go in death. You can see how I drag it and it comes like 5 seconds later. Cafe iced, 7 out of 10. Again, same story. A bit too calorific, some sugar in there. You know, we only 15 grams of protein as well. I suppose that's the downside of when you've got like actual coffee in there. It takes up the ingredients. It's not just flavourings. We've got actual coffee, so yeah, where is it on our list? There it is. It's got to go in death. I mean, I'm not saying that these products are going to kill you, but, you know, definitely not good for you. Right, this high protein Milboner, we've got, was that passion fruit? That's 90 out of 100. We're getting 25 grams of protein in there, 88 calories. That's got to be, is it god tier, or are we on healthy gains there? I'd say that's healthy. I don't know, man. That's pretty. Nah, we gotta go god tier for that, I think. I mean, I don't know what it tastes like, so I'm sure that plays an important role. Salted caramel Graham's yogurt, 49 out of 100, 22 grams, lots of additives, low in calories and everything else. Some of these probably need to move up to dirty gains, but I suppose I haven't thought enough about how I was going to classify them, because it's got those serious additives in there, so that to me is terminal, because it potentially links to some terminal diseases. So for now we're going to go terminal, but we'll see how it progresses. Right, this one really surprised me. Right, Graham's protein chocolate caramel, 90 out of 100. Fairly low in calories, low in everything else, high in protein, but it tastes like pollen. I tried this the other day because I didn't quite believe it. It tastes like pollen. I don't know if that, you know, pollen has a smell. Well, that was the taste that I was tasting in my mouth. So because of that, I'm going to say, I'll put it as healthy gains. I'm going to knock it down just from personal experience there. I didn't really like the taste of it. I don't know how, there's something sus about it. I don't know, chocolate caramel, we're hitting 90 out of 100. I don't know if the app is missing out on something there. The high protein pudding chocolate, you know, that's terminal. It is terminal. Unfortunately, it tastes unreal, but just the additives it's got in there to get it tasting like that, I'm just going to stick the other one in there because it's more or less the same thing. And this one as well. That's the one we just put in there, same story, and the other one, same story. I've got 2 pizzas on here, basically. Okay, so they sell a protein pizza, and I compared it to a regular pizza because I was like, well, what's so protein about it? I know it's got some chicken toppings. Actually reading into it, it's got like a more protein base, the base that they use. Obviously some plant-based proteins in there. So I compared it to a normal pizza, which is this one here, the takeaway barbecue chicken and bacon pizza, and it actually had more protein in it than the protein pizza. So I just think sometimes it's a bit of a marketing scam, and because they've slapped protein on it, they'll charge you an extra £1.50 or something like that. I'm not gonna put this one on because it's not an official protein product, but it was just something to use as an example. Right, salmon fillers with sweet chili. Okay, there's a few little additives in there, but mostly not bad. 60 out of 100. You would think it'll be the sweet chili knocking it down, you'd imagine, like slightly higher calories than some of the other products we were looking at there. So I'm gonna put that in. I don't know if I'd quite say, is it healthy or is it's not dirty. You can't really say that's dirty. I mean, there's some preservatives in there, or additives or whatever the hell it is. We'll say, for now, I'm going to put it in dirty. 60 out of 100 for salmon fillers with sweet chili. It's the sweet chili just makes it a bit dirty, I think. Feel free to disagree. Protein waffles, 45 out of 100. 6 additives in there. The thing is, it's like everything in there looks great. Low sugar, got some fibre in there, lots of protein, but then why is it knocked down? Because of all the additives that they use in it. So again, I'm going to have to put that one in terminal because it's displaying red, which, you know, there might be some carcinogenic linked ingredients in there. I mean, we don't really buy protein waffles to be healthy, but then it's like, would I rather buy a protein waffle that has sugar in it, that's, I know why it's sweet, I know why it tastes good, or a product that tastes good but it's very low in calories, and then, you know, why is it low in calories? Because of all the dodgy ingredients that they use to make it taste like that, the stuff that we don't really know too much about, the stuff that we're not clued up on. So I'm gonna put that in terminal. The protein ice bar, cookies and cream. All right, that's death. 11 additives in there. 8.8 grams of saturates, lots of sugar. Yeah, that's death. That is death. Where is it? Oh, sorry, you guys probably seen it before I see it. There it is. I'm stupid. There we go. Salt and pepper chicken with vegetable rice, 90 out of 100. 29 grams of protein. Yeah, I mean, is that God tier? That's kind of looking God tier to me. Chicken and rice is a pretty God tier meal, I think. So I'm not factoring in the price here either, and I'm sure it's not the cheapest, but just based on the nutrients, it's probably God tier. The penne beef bolognese. All right, we've got some additives in there, but it looks pretty healthy all around, and we've got a 72. Which is a lot higher still than the salmon fillets that we were looking at earlier. So I'm going to say that's a healthy gains. There's 5 additives, but none of them are in the red, which is good. The naked burrito, 90 out of 100. No risky additives at all. That's got to be God tier. 28 grams of protein. 28 grams of protein it's not a lot. Like, you're probably going to want 2 naked burritos to hit that intake, but it's not bad, is it? Why does that one say 31 grams of protein on it there? Maybe I've got an old picture. God tier. Chicken tikka masala, 90 out of 100. It's got to be God tier, on it. No risky additives, high in protein. Can't go wrong with a chicken tikka. Does anyone know where the chicken tikka's gone? Where's it gone? There it is. I hate hate this computer. Breakfast wrap, 49 out of 100. That's the one we put in before, I think. Yeah, so where's the burrito? Doesn't matter. Right, I'll move on. The breakfast wrap, 49 out of 100. That's the one we put in before for the burrito. I don't know where the burrito picture is on here. So let's just move that to terminal. Bloody hell, 11 additives for a breakfast wrap. It's weird how you can have a very healthy burrito, a very healthy tikka masala and bolognese, but then the breakfast wrap, it's like, right, let's just shove in all these carcinogens or whatever's in there. I mean, it's just another example of something that can seem so healthy on the outside, you know, in terms of fibre and protein and having low sugar and everything else, and then they've just thrown all those additives in there. Ooh, this one looked nice actually. I was tempted to get it, but then I scanned it. The peanut butter, high protein peanut butter, only 433 calories. Again, it's like drawing you in with the protein and the calories. And then we look a little bit closer and we see that there's some additives in there that are potentially very harmful and dangerous and can lead to some diseases in the long term. So that would be terminal, although I don't know if I've got a picture of it. The classic protein ice cream, low in calories, 116 calories. Again, looks good on the outside, full of saturates. So it's too fatty is what it's telling us here. We've got 10 additives, some of which are in the red. So again, they might be carcinogenic. They might link to breast cancer. Some of those nasty ones. Again, I don't think I've got a picture of it, because basically what I did is I went through and I screenshotted everything and then just had to send them on my phone to my laptop. But somehow I've missed stuff. And I've got 2 of certain things. Anyway, moving on. Protein ice bar white chocolate crisp. Again, I don't think I've got that one on here either. But that's going in death. That is death. We've got the chocolate one there, so at least we've got that one covered. Death, high in additives, high in sugar. Got the fat in there as well, saturates. Thai style curry, 84 of 100. There's not really much on there that's bad. I mean, it could be a bit higher in protein. 21 grams of protein for a whole curry is a bit low for me. It's very low. I mean, most of these meals for me are a bit low in protein for just one meal. I'm just going to put that as healthy gains because, yeah, it's healthy, but the gains are minimal. I don't have pictures for anything. That is a healthy gains, but no image. Chicken pasta, 90 out of 100. It looks proper boring, but chicken pasta, pretty healthy. I don't have a picture for that again, apologies. But that would be going in probably god tier, chicken and pasta. Salmon risotto, 84 of 100. I bet that tastes minging. I've had a salmon risotto before from a proper Italian restaurant and it just tastes like watery fish. I'm going to put that as healthy gains. I just feel like it would be minging, but you know, decent amount of protein in there. 22 grams of protein. Again, you know, if you're going to have a protein meal, you want a bit more than 22 grams of protein in that one meal. I think that's what you should be aiming for. Alfredo high protein flatbread, plenty of additives in there. I remember it not being as bad as the protein pizza that I was looking at before, but you know, because of the additives and it's in the red, it's terminal, mate. The high protein pizza, there we go. The high protein pizza. I think you get about 40 grams of protein in that one pizza, which is better than a lot of the meals that we've been looking at, but because of all the additives and you got, well, some saturates in there. I mean, I don't know how bad fat really is. I mean, it's quite a contentious thing, isn't it? But I just feel like because of the price and there's so many additives in there, I'm sure you can get much healthier pizza with more protein in, like the pizza I was showing earlier. I'm just gonna have to stick it in terminal. I just don't see the point in calling something a high protein pizza when there's other pizzas with more protein in. No, you might as well just buy yourself a margarita, get some chicken breast, fry it, put some seasoning on it and stick it on the top. That's what I do. Cheese sticks. Oh, right. These cheese sticks are unreal. They taste unreal. They're like mozzarella sticks. And I don't know how much of the protein is like they've added some kind of protein in there, or if it's just purely from cheese, because they are very cheesy. And you could probably only eat like 4 at a time, but you get 8 in there. And I think it's like, yeah, it's 8 grams of protein per cheese stick, which is insane. It's 45 out of 100 additives, lots of salt, but salt's whatever. So I'm going to put that as a dirty gains. Yeah, that is dirty gains. Unreal. Cheese sticks, dirty gains. Teriyaki chicken skewers, 36 out of 100. Lots of additives. You might as well just buy some chicken and make your own skewers rather than buying theirs, where they put all these very dangerous additives in there. What is the point? And they've put it in the protein section, but it's like, I feel like for something to be classed as a protein product, you need to be adding something extra in there to make it a bit different. That's terminal, isn't it? Terminal. Smoothie mix, 30 out of 100. Very high in calorie. I'm assuming that's just from fruit. I don't know. 79% fruit, it says. So maybe the rest of it's protein powder. I'm not sure. Quite high in sugar. So it's 30 out of 100 mainly for its sugar, which is coming from fruit. I would just put that as dirty gains. I wouldn't. It's definitely not terminal. And you could argue it's not dirty, but I'm no nutritionist, and I'm just going to put that as dirty. I mean, it looks dirty. A high protein smoothie mix from the frozen section. It's dirty vibes. High protein granola. This is I actually eat this every day. It doesn't have any additives in, so like I'm not too worried. It's just quite high in calories, but I feel like I need the calories. I'm just going to put it as dirty. I mean, it's not dirty. It's mostly clean. It's just high in calories. 57 out of 100. But I don't know if I'd consider it healthy. You only want a little bit at a time, basically. Ooh, these are interesting. So it's like these little crisps. Something that like I feel like it's something your mum would take to work with her. Like very light. Oh wow, high in calories actually. So that's interesting. Maybe I spoke a little bit too soon there. But you know, that's overall I'd say that's healthy. You know, 78 out of 100. It's not god tier, but it's nice when you can get, you know, what's that, like 20 grams of protein out of a bag of crisps. I can't actually read what it says, or maybe it's like 10. But 22 per 100 grams, obviously you don't get that much in a packet. High protein peanut butter. Be interesting to see how much extra protein they've put in there. It's got one moderate additive. It's obviously very high in calories, but that's just nuts for you. I'd say that's healthy. I'd be tempted to buy some actually. I might have to give it a go. Chocolate porridge, 60 out of 100. It's just quite high in calories, some sugar in there. There isn't any risky additives. 13 grams of protein. It's not crazy, but I'd say it's quite dirty though, isn't it? It's dirty and you're not really getting a lot of protein, so we can't rate it too highly. Okay, so the high protein golden syrup porridge is rated 90 out of 100. So I choose from the chocolate porridge or the syrup porridge. I would definitely go for the syrup. It's a lot less in calories by the looks of things. Is it a lot less? Let's have a look. 389 calories, 24 grams of sugar versus 387, 19.8 grams of sugar. So yeah, that would be the healthier choice for sure. I'll go healthy. It's not god tier, you're only getting 13 grams of protein, so And I did try it this morning. It tastes very nice. Very nice. Creamy protein bar by Iron Max. Lots of additives, high in calories. That's death. That is death. Creamy protein bar, Iron Max, 24 out of 100. Obviously a different flavoured one. I don't know if I've got a picture of it, or maybe it's that really dark one there. It's still bad. It's not as bad though. Terminal. Right, the high protein pork crisps. Full of additives. Lots of salt. Again, a lot of people have been telling me recently that salt's not bad for you. It depends on the salt that they're using. Lots of protein per 100 grams. You're getting 72 grams of protein per 100 grams. So it's 72% protein, everything that you're biting into there. But again, got lots of additives. I want to say death because we're hitting a 2 out of 100, but the amount of protein per 100 grams, we've got to go death. It's death. Cabanossi chicken, right? That to me does not look like chicken. If you handed that to me and told me it was chicken and asked me to take a bite out of it, I'd probably give you, maybe not that far. But if anyone's tried this, put a message down below, let me know. I mean, we've got, what's that, 32 grams of protein in a packet, but it does look a bit minging, and yeah, I don't know, man. That's death. That is death. Come on. Lots of additives, very processed. Beef jerky, I mean, this is a sad one. You know, I used to take beef jerky to festivals with me just to get that protein in, but it's obviously not the best for you. It's highly processed. Well, actually a lot of sugar in there apparently, 24.4 grams of sugar, and lots of additives that are in the red. Protein bar here. That's death by the sounds of things, 7 out of 100. If it's high in calories and high in additives, that's what I'm considering death. High protein flapjack. Right, the additives aren't crazy, but there's quite a lot of calories in there, so it's basically like a generic flapjack with protein in there. 15 grams of protein, I'm guessing, per flapjack. Yeah, it's not terminal per se. It might be on the very lower end of dirty. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. Protein pancakes, so these are the ones that you actually make for yourself, and it comes in a powder, and I've not tried them, mainly because it's ranking at death on our scale here, 3 out of 100. So let's just stick that there. Why? Because it's high in calorie. Well, it's not super high in calories, but it's high in sugar, fat, and additives. This one surprised me. So the high protein pudding, again, it's like a little powder, and you just pour hot water on there, and it turns into this like brown chocolatey hot sludge. It tastes okay. It's a bit sickly, but yeah, you don't get much protein in there at all. It is like almost pointless to have as a, like, you can't call it a high protein pudding. I think you get something like, 6 grams of protein per 100 grams. So they should be taking that off the shelf, really. I'm going to put that in no gains, death, because what's the point? It's like, it's not death, but as you see here, I've smartly labelled it death or no gains, because if we're going to rank a protein product, it at least needs to have lots of protein in there. Same story for that one. Crunchy protein bar double brownie almond, I'm guessing that says. Lots of additives. We've got 9 out of 100 for that one. 9 out of 100, so that's death, right? You know, high in calories and very high in additives that are in the red. Not good. Vegan protein bar, Gusto brownie al something. Lots of additives, lots of saturates, quite calorific. Death. It's vegan as well, so that's extra death. Put both of those in there just because they're vegan. Gain bar peanut butter, I love it. It tastes so good, but oh my god, 11 additives in there is insane. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to class that as terminal. It's so nice though. It's so nice. The texture of it, it's got like this caramel on the top, and then underneath the peanut butter and the protein. But yeah, it's not good. All right, Lidl taste of high protein barbecue beans. I mean, that's just healthy gains, isn't it? It's quite good that you can get like 20 grams of protein out of just beans, and then you can have that with bolognese or chicken. So I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna put it in healthy. I don't really like beans, so that's why it's not God tier. Beans are God tier. I guess they are God tier, yeah. And for these ones, same story. Don't know where I've put them. Okay, there they are. They've somehow made it to the bottom. Alright, beans are God tier because they can go with like chicken or whatever, and they add to a meal, and they can really bump up the protein. I mean, if you look at some of these meals here where you've got chicken and rice and everything, and with between 20 and 30 grams of protein, and you've got a bag of beans where it's like roughly between 16 and 20 grams of protein. Although again, I don't see the point in buying these beans just because they say high protein on them. Like, you can buy like a bag of lentils or anything, which will have just as much protein in. I mean, I don't know if they add any in there. High protein chili con carne. I mean, it's looking all good around the board. 78 out of 100. So trying to see where it drops off. 16 grams of protein. It's kind of weak. Yeah, so I'm gonna move these down because that's only 16 grams of protein. And it doesn't look like I've got them here, but or is that the chili con carne there? Yeah, it is. Right, so beans, a bit more high in protein. The chili con carne is a few grams less, so I'm just gonna knock it down. The high protein drink Choco by Milbona. It's weird that they can come out with some very healthy products, but then some very, very, very bad ones. And it only says 3 additives, but there must be some pretty bad additives, and quite high in calories as well. So I'm struggling to get to drag these to the top of the page now. Oh, I don't need it in the top of the page, I need it on the bottom. Right, death. High protein drink Choco, death. High in calories, high in additives. High protein buttermilk pancakes, very high in additives, and I know that some of these are carcinogenic and some of these link to breast cancer. I've done a video about that before, please check it out. They make me feel like death, honestly. If I have them first thing in the morning, they make me feel like death, but I'm just going to put them as terminal because they're not too calorific, they taste nice, some fibre in there, low in sugar. I think we might have done all these now. Yeah, it looks like we've finished them all. Okay, so this is the full tier list completed. Bar a few that might be missing. I think this is the thing that you kind of need to remember here. This top portion, these top 3. You want to be staying away from anything that's in terminal because of the additives in there are so bad for you. And then anything in death or gains where you're going to have a lot of additives and a lot of calories, and it's just, you know, diabetes plus cancer. So I wouldn't recommend having any of these products. Even these, I'm trying my best to stay clear of them. I know they just taste so good, but there's other things that taste good. Like, for example, the ski yogurt without any flavourings in. Just buy some fruit and add that add that with it. The kefir, actually, you know, it grew on me. I never used to like kefir. When I first tried it, I wanted to be sick, but it's not too bad. And when you know how good it is for you, it feels better when you're having it. And obviously you have to treat yourself every now and then to some dirty gains. Just, you know, everything in proportion. I think this cheesecake can probably go down to terminal because of the additives in there. Maybe I was being a little bit too nice, but yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all find this useful. Let me know if you want me to cover any other Shops protein products down below, and if there's much interest around it, then I'll make another video. If there's any other kinds of products that you want me to look at, then I will do so. Please drop me a like and subscribe if you like the video, and check out my other video where I talked a little bit more in depth about some of the different additives that these protein products had in them, like how carcinogenic they were, and specifically what they did, for example, impacting on your DNA. Like, there's foods out there that can mess up your DNA. Peace.